Welcome to the Creative Industries Online Virtual Open Day event. My name is Alison Cook. I'm the Curriculum Manager for Creative Industries, and I will be joined later by B. Gittins for the Q&A session. I'm going to talk about our exciting provision that we have in the area at Barnet and Southgate College. Slide 2, please. Within the area, we have level 1 to level 3 art and design. We have level 3 specialist courses in photography, fashion, product design, architecture, and also have a level 2 fashion business retail course for those interested in the retail side of fashion. In level 3, we have in media, we have level 2 and level 3 media. We also have level 3 animation, games design courses, and this year we are excited to be introducing to our provision level 2 and level 3 performing arts. Firstly, I'm going to start with level 1 and level 2 art and design. They're both a one-year program, excuse me, that enables our learners to experience a broad range of experience of core skills that prepares the students for internal progression to the level 2 or level 3 qualifications. Both the courses comprise 8 core units delivered through specialist project briefs. The briefs are designed to encourage the learners to explore a range of disciplines and materials and techniques that develops their creative skills and also confidence in the subject. Learners complete project briefs and assessment, excuse me, excuse me, assessment takes place throughout the year, and the work they produce will be used for their progression portfolio when applying to the higher level courses. In term 1 of the course, it consists of a broad diagnostic whereby students are introduced to specialist workshops to gain an understanding of different materials, processes and techniques. These include ceramics, print, photography, CAD, graphics, drawing, metal and wood. In term 2, learners are given the opportunity to choose a specialism option and further build upon the skills learned in their chosen subject area. In the final term, students complete a final major project. It's a self-directed project based on their area of interest and showcases skills they have learned throughout on the course. Next slide, please. We have 2 level 3 art and design pathways. Firstly, we have the foundation, which is an exciting one-year intensive program for 18 plus learners who know what specialism they want to apply for at university. The program is designed to build upon the learner's prior existence skills already acquired with ideas and challenges. The extended diploma is a 2-year course that allows more time for the learner to explore and then confirm their area of specialism whilst developing a portfolio ready for applying to university in year 2. Both of these art and design courses have been designed to provide students with the relevant knowledge, understanding and skills needed to pursue a career in the creative industries. The programme introduces students to the main areas of art and design and provides our learners with practical experience, as well as enabling them to focus on specific subject areas in greater depth. Through stimulating and challenging assignment briefs, students learn about the work of historical contemporary artists and designers and employ in their own work traditional and specialist art and design skills learned. There is a strong emphasis placed on drawing and visual communication skills, which is integral to the coursework and the qualification. In term 1, students take part in 2D and 3D workshop activities where they explore and develop their knowledge and understanding of materials, techniques and processes. These include fine art, graphics, photography, ceramics, fashion, textiles, print, wood and metal, painting and drawing. In term 2 is what we call the pathway stage, where students begin to explore their chosen subject in greater detail. Term 3 is the confirmation stage. It's where students complete a final major project. This involves them writing a self-directed project based on an area of their interest, and they showcase the knowledge and skills they have acquired during the course. It's in year 2 of the extended diploma art design course that students choose a specialism subject area. They further develop and build upon the skills they have already learned, and the work they produce will generate their portfolio for progression to higher education, a creative apprenticeship, or employment. Next slide, please. If your aim is to be the next award-winning director, producer, scriptwriter, editor, or anything else in the film and TV world, then your journey would start here on our media production courses. Our media courses provide anyone with an interest in media to explore, develop, and test their creativity, preparing them for higher education, apprenticeship, or employment within the media industry. Students complete challenging project briefs that introduce them to a variety of film genre and technical skills. And this is underpinned by solid film theory and reflection. Students learn script writing, how to operate high-spec cameras, learn about lighting and audio recording techniques, and have access to professional Mac-based studios, recording and audio facilities, and green screen room. At the end of the first year, having gained an understanding of the different sectors within the industry, learners again choose a specialist pathway. In year two, they further build upon the skills learned and produce a portfolio relevant to their chosen specialism, whether that be media production, communication, public relations, advertising, or journalism. Do check out the sway links on this page. It will show examples of the course content and the exciting work that the students produce. Next slide, please. Our animation course is designed for those who are interested in pursuing an artistic career in the creative digital industries of computer-generated imagery and visual effects for television and film. Nearly all films, TV shows, and video games feature animation in some form or another. And if your goal is to be part of creating the worlds that people enjoy so much, then this course is for you. Being part of the course gives our learners a realistic understanding of the creative industry they are moving towards, learn how to communicate their ideas effectively, become creative and critical thinkers, gain an understanding of context and its application, develop an objective view of their own development, be an innovative problem solver and independent learner, and have a practical skills needed for level 4 and beyond. Please again check out the sway link on this slide. It will also show you course contents and excellent work that the students have produced. Next slide, please. If you love gaming and want to pursue a career in one of the fastest growing industries, then this gaming course is for you. The course will give you an understanding of the games industry, not only from a design angle, but also the technical skills required for coding and testing. Like previous courses mentioned, learners on the gaming course complete challenging project briefs that in the first year explore and develop skills, and in the second year further build upon the skills learned with a focus towards a chosen specialism. Students on the gaming course will also have the opportunity to take part in esports teams. It's a national gaming competition. Next slide, please. Our performing arts course is for those who wish to work in television, film, or the theatre, be it either in performance or technical support. This exciting course offers a comprehensive introduction to performance and theatre in the form of practical workshops and skills development. On the course, you will study, for example, classical and contemporary performance, dance forms, principles of acting, singing, history context of performing arts. On the course, the learners will develop their ability to respond to drama performances to improve their understanding of social and cultural contexts of theatre arts, as well as developing performing skills. What is exciting is that we are working in partnership with Susie Earnshaw Theatre School and in association with the Ball Theatre. Students on the Performing Arts programme will have the unique benefit of our partnership with Susie Earnshaw Theatre School and the extensive experience and training from the performing arts industry that her team bring. Learners also have a unique opportunity to connect with Daisy and Duke's talent agency to understand how to secure professional work in the performing arts industry. Next slide, please. This specialist course is designed for students interested in pursuing a career in the digital creative design industry. Students will learn traditional art and design skills alongside the latest 3D digital technology used by today's leading creative industries. Year one, the diploma, is the exploratory stage. Students explore presenting design ideas using traditional and digital media and take part in a variety of 2D and 3D workshop activities to develop knowledge and understanding of materials and techniques to develop industry relevant creative design skills. In year two, students choose a specialist area in which they develop their skills and focus. They can take either architecture, interior design, stage set design, product design, to which they would complete briefs. Course components include, for this particular course, perspective drawing, computer-aided design, studio practice in all mediums, spatial and aesthetic discovery and understanding, problem solving and creative thinking in design, research and design development, and employing traditional and digital technology to create and produce their outcomes. Next slide, please. Our fashion course has been designed for those interested in pursuing a career in fashion and clothing. The fashion pathway provides our learners with industry relevant technical skills and a creative grounding that prepares them for progression to higher education, apprenticeship, or employment within a specialist sector of the fashion industry. The emphasis of the fashion course is practical and vocational work. The course content has been designed to reflect the talent and skills sought by employers within the fashion and textile industry. To achieve this, our students are set challenging design project briefs, and throughout research and through research and contextual studies, they learn about and gain an understanding of historical and contemporary artists and designers, contemporary methods of fashion and fashion textile design, design principles, ideas and concepts, drawing and illustration development, styling and trend predicting, pattern cutting, garment construction and production techniques. In year two of the course, students build upon the skills already learned, and for the project outcomes, the work they produce from conception to realization is focused and developed to their chosen specialism. Our fashion department has excellent facilities. Learners have access to two fully equipped industry standard fashion studios with large pattern cutting tables and production rooms with industrial steam irons, tailoring and dressmaking stands, domestic and industrial sewing machines, and overlockers. Next slide, please. Our level three photography course has a strong industry focus. As well as learning the core skills in camera work, studio lighting, and digital editing, students undertake a series of vocational assignments in fashion filmmaking and photography, commercial advertising photography, and magazine layout and design, culminating in an extended self-directed assignment at the end of each year. Industry knowledge is enriched with the client work experience, competition, and gallery visits. Students graduate with a professional website and public exhibition of their work, and with good progression to university in a variety of fields, including commercial photography, photojournalism, fashion, photography and communication, and media and film production. Again, the photography students' structure of their briefs is consistent as all the rest of the courses. Next slide, please. Okay, what I want to do at this point is to talk about the study programme. The study program has 4 elements, which contains firstly, sorry, can you go back? Thank you. The study program has 4 elements. Firstly, it will be the main qualification. Second part of the study program includes English and maths. The third part of the study program is work experience. And the final part is employability, enterprise, and pastoral, which we call E. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so the qualification, the units, and we are with the awarding body, University of Arts, they're designed to firstly introduce the subject, secondly develop skills and knowledge, and then thirdly assess the understanding and application. The creative journey that our students take is a program of learning through specialist project briefs that have been designed to develop the skills, competencies, and knowledge that will lead to a successful future in the creative industries or many industries that require creative talent to support their business or enterprise. Again, I'm going to break down the program of learning. And in term 1, learning skills and context-based workshops is the experimental stage that stretches and challenges the learners to help choose and understand the subject and the industry future specialism. Term 2, the development and progression. The learners explore subject choices in greater detail, confirming specialist areas and further build upon skills, processes and techniques learned. In term 3, the learners complete the final major project. It's a learner-directed project where they write their own brief based on a theme of their chosen specialism, and it's at this point where they showcase the knowledge and skills and confidence they have gained and acquired during the course to realise their outcome. At the end of the second year, at the end of each year, students showcase their portfolio of an end of year exhibition and frequently display the work at other locations throughout the year. Next slide, please. Every single course has a program of work experience, and every course undertakes work experience, whether it be the students are working and have a placement with an individual company, or what also happens is that we have employers coming in, setting design briefs. We can have photography students going off and working for clients, taking images for their work websites and such. Every course takes part in work experience, and this is a crucial element for all of the learners because it gives them an understanding of working with industry, working on live, real briefs, meeting deadlines. It's part of their creative experience that's really important and relevant to them. We have media students, they've been working with artists. They come in, they've done music videos, they've also done films where they've worked with artists, and on this particular page here, that will give you more information about it. But it's something that all of the students do within the area, and it's really important as part of their study program. Next slide, please. Enrichment. We have enrichment activities throughout the year. We have open access workshops that the students can actually take part in, and this is enabling them to be able to complete work independently on their own in a studio with technical support to help them while they're doing so. We also do trips and visits, all of the courses do, which is part of the briefs that they will be working to. And the students also take part in lots of competitions throughout the year. So enrichment is very much an important element of the study program. Next slide, please. Pastoral support, tutorials. All the students have on their courses designated one-to-one tutorials with their personal tutors, in addition to getting complete support and feedback and guidance throughout all sessions that they're in. Um, what the tutors will be doing is when they're having these meetings with the students is to be looking at the students' work, where they're at, anything that that needs to be worked on, anything that they would need to do to work and improve their work to get the higher grade. That's an important element, and that takes place constantly. Conversations happen all the time in the studios with the tutors, but they get designated one-to-one tutorials twice termly throughout the year. There is also careers and progression talks that take place from the library, and we also have portfolio development sessions where we're preparing the students for progression to higher education and employment when students are looking to apply to university. The tutors are working with them on sourcing the universities that they would be looking for, also working with them on their personal statements so that that process is going through as smoothly. Next slide, please. Frequently asked questions. We'll come back to these because we're going to introduce B into this part of the conversation. But before we bring Bing into this, what I just wanted to, at this point, before we get to the frequently asked questions and any questions that you will have, at the end of the year, I touched on this a bit earlier, at the end of the year, what we do, and we weren't unfortunately able to do it last year, is that we showcase every single student's work. We have an end of year exhibition. It usually takes place in June, about the third week. It's open to the public. It's to showcase and celebrate what all the students have actually produced for their final major projects. We take over the whole downstairs area of the campus. It's done in a very, very professional way. All the art design students have work exhibited on boards, the media students, we have a filming, we have an Oscars evening, we give out awards for the students' films that they've produced, animation students and game students, we have their work displayed on Macs throughout all of the area. So it's a celebration. We weren't able to do that obviously because of lockdown last year, but what we did do, and I do please go and have a look at this link on this slide, the staff and the students worked exceptionally hard, and we put on an online exhibition, which we intend to do again this year because that works so well, in addition to putting on our own exhibition on the main campus. The following two slides that we've got here is for if you want some more information about specific courses, then I've put on the links for the personal tutors, the course leaders who you can contact direct, or you can come back to me myself, that would be fine, and then I could pass them on. But they will be able to give you more information about these particular courses if you have any particular questions that we don't actually get to answer today, or that don't come up or you think about afterwards. But at this point, but please do contact the tutors because they're more than happy and would love to kind of come back to you with any answers to your questions. Okay, should we go to questions and answers? Okay, question. Hi folks, yeah. When should we apply now? Apply now. We're interviewing at the moment. What we are doing is we're doing remote online interviews for any candidates who are applying for our course. What we're asking them to do is when we send out the invites, we get them to download a Teams app, and then they send the tutors. They're given instructions to send the tutors some coursework. Which we always do in art and design normally, and media. Normally what we would do is we'd have the students in, they would bring their portfolios, we'd have one-to-one conversations, but we're doing that online. So we're continuing as we were doing before. It's just that at this point, it's not face-to-face, it's an online process. But yeah, please do apply now, because we're already, been interviewing, and we schedule interviews every other week. Okay, somebody's asked, can I choose a different course when I progress to level 2 and level 3? Can this be any subject? When you're interviewed, if you decide that you want to, you've applied for media maybe, but you then decide that that's not the course, you can be interviewed by media and then they can refer you to one of the other courses. Yeah, there is what we look to do on any of our interviewing is to make sure it's the right person for the right course, so that the course is good, we go through a process of asking questions, finding out information. So yeah, if you applied for one and you want to move over to another, then that's fine. Our level 2 courses, any students that do those, in particularly, say the art and design ones, they can then progress on to level 3, to any level 3 course. The level 2s really do open up um, where they can apply to. So they may, once they've done a level 2, they could do level 3 media, they could do level 3 art and design, they could do level 3 photography. Any of the level 3 courses will be open to all of the students to progress. Okay, will there be any support assistance available? We do have in-class support for the courses, but the way it works is if there's students who have been allocated an in-class support, that would have happened with an interview that's taken place. If we would that would be determined whether the student would have had that at school and then they require it still, and then there would be an interview set up for candidates. It's not just a general that we do have in-class support people in there, but generally if there is an in-class support person supporting somebody else, and if it's somebody in that class we felt really did need that as well, then they do tend to make themselves available. They're really flexible and that works really well within our area. How do I book an interview? Online, just go onto the website and then click onto the course that you're interested to apply for, and then you will be sent an interview out from Deborah Fitzdew, who is our person who deals with them, and then she sends them to us, and then the staff will be in contact. So yeah, online, apply online. And grade boundaries for the courses, that is on the very last slide, but for level 3s you need 5 4s and above. For level 2 you need 4 3s and above, and for level 1 it will be less than that, but that is all on the last slide, which will tell you about that one where it says more information. The entry criteria is on there. Okay, as we can't visit the campus, can we see it virtually anywhere? The marketing to people did do we will get back to you on that one because they did do at one point a virtual tour. What we are actually asking for our students when we get back on campus is for some of our media students to do some filming that we could use so we can put it onto the websites that you can see what the facilities look like. We have great facilities throughout the whole of the department. We are based at the top, on the top floor. The students have access to open access, as I mentioned before, facilities. You can have a media, I'd say an art student wanting to link with media tutors and use their facilities. We're a really strong team within the whole area, and we all pull together to support the students to make sure that they can access all the facilities that we've got, with also technical support.
Can I just, the question was missed there. Somebody was saying they want to do fashion journalism, and they were asking should they do the fashion course or the media course?
I would say media.
Yeah, I would as well now, because all journalists have to be broadcast journalists. So you have to have more than just writing skills. You have to be able to film, you have to be able to blog, which is one of the big things nowadays with journalism. And what's lovely about our projects, you can self-direct them in whatever direction you want to, especially the FMP. So you'll find a major project could be a whole piece on fashion journalism, which would be, you know, really show off those skills and knowledge. Okay, you got another one, Alison?
Somebody's asking, is the admission process the same for students with special educational needs? Yes. If you apply online and then there's also a section where you do apply that you say what that is, and then ALS additional learning support referrals are put through, and they will contact you. They will make an appointment, and they assess students. They will do that now if they've got the applications through, and that happens before we come, so that the interview has taken place, everything has been put in place, they've got the understanding of what the students' needs are before we get into college. So yeah, if when you apply, make that aware, obviously, also to the person who is interviewing you, and they will make sure the referral's gone through. So we will do that as well. Okay.
I won't hold you back at all.
That it's got how many exact? No, we our team are actually, we have excellent progression for students who we ALS supported students
Yeah.
within the area. They've come through. Some of them have come through at level 1, stayed with us, and moved to level 3 and gone to university. They have, we have a reputation for excellent supporting the staff, the students, sorry, all students,
Mhm.
including, good progression with learning supported students. Okay, how many exams will there be for this course? There isn't an actual exam. What happens is then there is, all the students complete briefs, and so you could have, say for instance, a level 2 group will have 8 units. That could be made 8 units made up of 4 briefs. So you could have 2 units that are in one of the briefs, but at they're given, say, 6-week briefs or 8-week briefs leading up to the final major project. Everything is assessed at the end. So it's assessed throughout the year. And the projects, when they finish, when they have a deadline for a project, they submit the work. The work is then assessed by the tutors. The students get really good detailed feedback, talking about what they've done well, what they need to, if improve the work to get the higher grade. With the awarding body that we're with, the students can only, up until the very, very last brief, achieve a merit or a distinction. Up until that point, all the assessments, they will only get a high, a medium, or that it will be within the pass range. What's unique about the awarding body that we work with, is that it's the very end project where they've gone through this journey of learning skills, developing problem solving. It's the whole kind of journey in the process, that creative process, that then at the end is the FMP, the final major project, is the one where they get to showcase what they've done. And that will be the one where the higher pass, beyond the pass, they can get a merit or a distinction. But throughout the journey that they're taking to get to that point, they will be supported by the tutors, telling them, how they need to, what they need to do to work on, any things they need to improve, what they need to focus on. It's a whole, they get excellent feedback throughout the year. It's written, it's available to the students, they can see it, so they can have got a complete understanding of their journey and where they're at in that journey, and how to get those higher grades. Do you want to add anything to that, B?
Yeah, I think what's lovely about the UAL courses is you're not graded in the first 2-3 weeks in college when you don't know anything. It's all about learning skills and then showing them off at the end project. It's very much a university structure. It's much more like a foundation degree, which is the way they do it. So it's quite a nice, they encourage you to experiment and try things, and it's never a bad thing to make mistakes, because you really learn from them and you don't make them again. And it's great that you can show all this off on the final major project. And the final major projects are usually amazing. So, oops, sorry about that.
We're being asked, what facilities do we have? I'm going to, within art and design. B, do you want to say yours? I'm just finding my
Yeah,
art and design.
yeah, we've got we obviously we have the sort of working studios where we have the editing software. We have design software like Photoshop, InDesign. We use Final Cut Pro, which is the TV industry standard. And then within that, we have a studio space plus some smaller editing rooms where we do audio recording as well. We've got quite strong now on the audio side, which is good. And then also we have the big studio, which is the green screen room, which is a whole room painted green, where you can, depending what course actually, if you're doing the film and media course, you can do green screen backgrounds and stuff. That room's always also used for games design as well. And the studio spaces can all be booked. What you do is you book your time in there. You're allocated your hours for filming or doing whatever. If it's photography as well, sometimes we use it for that. We have a sort of TV studio set up as well, where you can do live online vision mixing, which is quite a nice thing to do, because it's so imagine you doing like a really interesting TV interview. You can vision mix between 3 or 4 cameras in that. What else do we have? Camera equipment. We have things like steady cams. We've basically got all the cameras and industry standard studio cameras. And what you can do as well is book out equipment for you to film off-site. We don't like you filming on-site too much, because we don't want everything to look like the college. So we've even had students in the past, obviously not with lockdown, that have gone to hire an Airbnb for an hour just to do some filming. We encourage that kind of independence, especially in the second year. Think about, being more professional. It's a near professional course. What we're after is producing people that are that far away from being professional.
In the art and design, the studios that we have are photography, ceramics, fashion, textiles, print, wood and metal, and each studio there's a technician in each of the studios. The students do have, they're booked into the workshops as part of their course, but when we have open access sessions, the students can go in there with technical support that will be available to them by the technician. So they could be in there just working with materials, exploring ideas, or finishing off work that needs to be completed. As B said, we encourage students to take ownership of their learning as well, and to make use of these studios independently, because the courses that we're running, we would look for students to work at least 5 hours independently outside of their timetabled sessions, because that's crucial. It's not only about what happens in the college and in the sessions, it's about what they're doing outside of the sessions as well. It's creative is I always think of it as a really demanding course. You've got a lot of practical stuff that you have to do. There's written work that you need to do, and that's we kind of, by the time the students have left us, we've really prepared them and moved them on, so that they're in a really good place when they go to university. And the really interesting thing is that when it does come to the point that they have to move on, they don't want to move on. They just kind of enjoyed the experience with us. The staff are brilliant, and they actually don't want to move on. There is just one thing I wanted to mention, and I didn't. It's about our staff, and I did want to say this. Our staff have excellent. We have an excellent body of staff who teach the students. They're professional. They are so supportive, and you could ask any of our students that the support they get. But also they have excellent links with industry and are expert in their fields, and the majority are successful practicing artists. And I just wanted to say that because I missed that, and that needs to be said about the staff, because they are, their heart and soul and 120% to what we do for the students, and what we want to make sure is that all the students succeed, and they do, which is really, credit to them and a credit to the department. Okay, now just make sure we're not missing a question here, B.
One about how many hours how many hours on the course. It's a bit of a follow-up to what Alison said. I like people to think of it as not so much of a course, but as a lifestyle, because you will get quite a lot of time in the studios and the actual teaching, But then we like you to use your weekends. We like you to book equipment out and go and experiment and play and try things out. It's what the works out. I'm trying to remember what it works out as in actual college time. It's usually about
And the way that the sessions work is that on average, the students are in for, say, 3 days a
yeah,
week on their courses. Included, in addition to that, there would be work experience and EAP. So things happen outside the timetables. Any student who hasn't achieved grade 4 for GCSE English or Maths, it's compulsory that they have to do it with us. So that would be additional sessions that they would need to be in for talk sessions. So it depends on the the qualifications students are coming in for. Generally, we say think of it as 4 days that you're going to be in some shape or form, and that would be with talk sessions and open access. So it is, they will be quite full packed sessions that they would do. There's a question, somebody's asking about they're 19, could they still apply? Yes, there is. So you want to apply for the 220 cohort. I turn 19. Am I still eligible for the level 3 extended diploma in architecture? Yes, you are. But if you have already, you would need to check, because you may find that there could be you'd need to pay the fees because of the funding. But if you want to email me separately, then we can find that out. But I think falling into that 19 bracket, probably. Generally, anyone who hasn't already done a level 3 course, they are funded, but now it's kind of age related as well. So, but if anyone's got those kind of queries, just email me in, and then I can come back to you separately on that one.
can I just say to Maricia, yeah, we can organise a one-to-one meeting with your son. That's not a problem. If that's what.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and
Okay, supposed to see, right? Okay.
if he doesn't want to do an online, maybe we do a Teams with him. If you let me know which course it is, I can put you in touch with the relevant tutor, and they can contact you.
Somebody's asking, can you give an example of some places I may go for work experience for creative media? B?
Yeah, we've had all sorts. I mean, at the moment, it's a little bit limited as such as far as filming and working with filmmakers because of the lockdown. But we work with an organisation called Exposure, who are a charity who do films for local councils and for information films. At the moment, what they're producing are magazines, scripts, doing online blogs, which is what we're working with them on at the moment, of people's experience, young people's experience in lockdown. We've worked with filmmakers, we've worked with music artists, we've worked with, there's quite a lot of opportunities for music artists. Actually, we tend to do quite a lot of music videos for people. We've worked with an organisation called Barnet TV as well. We've done filming of shows, live shows.
We did have the
Yeah.
ex-Bond
Yes.
lady. If that's on the picture of that one is actually on the slide for the media slide, but she was somebody who works in the Bond films, and she came in. She wanted she was working with a director. They wanted to come in, use our facilities. They did. The students took part in the filming. We're doing the cameras, that everything bar the acting and the
Smoke
directing.
effects and everything. It was wonderful.
Yeah, so and it was a great experience for them. They've done filming where they've gone around and done a racetrack.
Yeah, we did
It's
quite a lot of racing car filming, which was
yeah, there's loads, and it's all very, very different. There's not a one set formula that all the students do. We've had art and design students design artwork for Hallow Hendon, which was a development in um, Edgware, um, and the designs that the group collaboratively put together were then enlarged onto 8x4 boards on the Edgware Road. We all went down there for a great launch of it was so they get such a variety of experience, which is relevant to what they're doing. So, but it's not all, it's not the same every year. It could be, an architect coming in, working with a group, setting a design challenge. They have to design specifically to what they've been asked to do. So it's lots of different things. Somebody was asking if they don't get the qualifications for the 5 GCSEs for the level 3, what would happen then? If it it's 5 including if you would have, say, a BTEC qualification already. So it's 5 as a cumulative amount. If somebody didn't have the qualifications for the level 3, then what we suggest would be a level 2, which is a good grounding for somebody who might just need that extra time to move on to before they go on to a level 3 course. When we're interviewing, what we're kind of really make sure is that it is the right course for the right person, and both ways, so that that you're realizing that as well. If somebody, for instance, I mean, what I'm saying here is, if somebody came in and they had the qualifications for a level 3, say art course, let's throw that one in, but their portfolio of artwork wasn't as strong as their academic, then sometimes we'll say to them, if you did 1 year on the level 2 just to develop that skill, that will put you in a better position for when you move up to a level 3, so that you've had that additional time perfecting your drawing, working on that. It's in those one-to-one conversations that those kind of decisions would be suggested or made to people. So you apply, we go through the interview with you. If you don't get the right qualification for that course, then there is, something else that we can place you on that will get you to where you want to be. So, so please apply, and then those conversations can take place. Just make sure we're not missing anything.
Yeah, again, if the emails will be on the end of the PowerPoint, so if you can get our email addresses from there. Is that correct, Alison?
Yeah, they're on the very last PowerPoint. I think I'm currently on level 1 art design. Can I apply for level 2 create? Yes, you can. So I'm currently on a level 1 art design. Can I then apply for the level 2 creative media production? Yes, you can. Definitely.
We love students that can draw.
Yeah, media do like students that can draw, actually.
You don't get enough of them.
What our courses are really good is that they allow for movement between the areas. You're not applying to one and then you're suddenly stuck there and you can't move. You can have someone come in level 1 can do level 2 media or level 2 art and design, and then move to a different level 3. That's what's the beauty of our courses. There is that movement that people can go through, and that and we will the tutors will have those discussions with you, that that what would be good for you. They see how you work. They've got an understanding of your interests. So those conversations will always happen within the area if you wanted to move, and that's fine. Let's do gaming. Okay, so just to clarify, if I don't pass
Gaming was
English or maths, I'm just going to answer this one.
yeah.
So just to clarify, if I don't pass English or maths, is it compulsory, or is it for all students qualifying for this course? If student English and maths is only compulsory, if you haven't achieved grade 4 GCSE, if a student's coming in with a grade 3, they would then do GCSE English and Maths. It's compulsory for all students. If somebody doesn't achieve grade 3 and they got grade 1 or 2 GCSE, then the option is that they would be enrolled on a functional skills course. So yeah, anyone without grade 4, it's compulsory. If somebody has grade 4 and they say to us that they would like to do English and Maths, what we do is obviously we put the learners who haven't got the grade 4 into classes first of all, and then we could accommodate if somebody wanted to be put into the English and Maths group, for them to up their grade. That would be more than happy to do that. I think we've got all the questions. I think
I've got one more, Alison. Somebody was asking that they wanted to do something like branding and marketing and advertising, etc., more than filmmaking. Once we've done the first term where you've learnt lots of skills, but we're very much self-directed. The student really sort of, thinks about how they want to do a project, and especially with the final major project. But again, with marketing and advertising, it's good to have the filmmaking skills, and the what we call the research skills, which are massive, a part of the media industry these days. So it would help you. I've got 4 students going to university this year to do marketing and advertising. So you will have the skills for that. I think that was that one anyway.
Oh, somebody's asked, how do you cancel an interview? If you have got one, you could either just email me, myself, or Deborah Fitzu, who sent you out the interview invitation in the first place, and then we would just cancel it. That's fine. Okay. I think there's no more questions here. I hope that this has been really informative for everybody. It's a great area. It really is. You've got a fantastic staff. Students love the college. We continuously stretch and challenge them. And we continue to continuously stretch and challenge them throughout the March lockdown, and through this lockdown.
Yes.
Their classes take place as they would do every single session, and we're doing that remotely. And if they don't, if they're not engaging with them, then we're on the phone. It's business as usual off-site as it is in the college. So we kind of really do watch attendance. We watch for attendance, English and Maths. If they're not going, for some reason, then it's chased and queried, and we want to know why. So it's they've had as good of an experience remotely as we can give them. And last year when we were in lockdown, the students, we had really good attendance and they produced the work, and the way that we're able to do this is that the students are creating digital portfolios, and what happens is that when they're working, they're set off in the tasks, they know what it is they've got to do. They were then, anything that they're producing, they're uploading daily so that the staff member can see it and give them constant feedback. So although we're at a distance and we're happy to be getting back on campus, because they need to be accessing the facilities, they need to be accessing the workshops, the experience is different off-site to on-site, but we can see exactly what they're doing, and there's a digital recording in a PowerPoint, so that when it comes to the end of the year, we're doing the grades and everything else, it's all there, and it's so it's worked. We've made that difficult situation work, and we've supported the learners throughout that period as well. I think we've issued must be in the region of about 70 laptops to students who didn't have them. All the tutors would let me in particular know when if they didn't have something, we would make that available. They would be able to get it, and it was booked out from the IT department. Um, but and they will still have use of those until the end of the year, because we have factored in our delivery of our courses remote. They have one remote session, maybe half a day, so that still is there. Okay, I think we've covered everything. I'm reliant on Nick and Co to for us to say goodbye, I guess, and we do hope that you will be applying. If there is anything that we haven't answered now, I think we have, but if we haven't, then please either email me directly, or you can email the course tutors who are on the links on the more information section page. And yeah, we hope to see you all soon, and all of you to come to our end of year exhibition.
which is a beautiful thing, I may add. All right then.